Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphones are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
I'm so mad we lost to Ole Miss. What's up, TJ?
Just over here being sad that we lost Ole Miss. Yeah.
Outside of that, how was your weekend?
What did I do? We did some Christmas lights at the Botanic Gardens on
I thought you meant your own.
Saturday. No, I did
Clark
those.
W at the
No.
house.
My wife had me do those probably like 2 days after Thanksgiving.
My wife had me do the day after.
Typically,
See,
I'm
we're still in the attic.
Yeah, typically that's where I'm at, is like right there, right day after, 2 days after. But the home remodel going on, I didn't get them up till Friday. No, I did them Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Trey, today we have Hampline Problem Solving. It's a IPA.
Because as a basketball team, we got problems to solve.
Penny do be having some problems to solve
Slavin.
on both sides, offense and defense.
This is really a problem, Slavin.
I'm not really sure what that says, if we're being honest. I read it
Well, it's in cursive.
maybe 5 times, and I'm
The
still
font's
not
not ezy to read. Remember when you're in elementary school and they were like, you're never going to be able to not write in cursive ever again?
So, I actually kind of write in cursive. Kinda. I know it doesn't make any sense. Like, my
Yeah.
pen doesn't really leave the paper ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All your letters are connected? There's
Kind of,
no
essentially, yeah. I'm trying to go, is this Slavin or Solvin?
Slavin.
It's a type of hop, I believe. No, it's Solvin, dude. There's no L. It just looks like it.
Okay. Well, that is.
Very confusing.
No, you're right. I get it. Okay. That's a crazy S, though.
It's a lot going on there.
I mean, that's not a true cursive S. It looks like the musical thing. It's a start to a music.
Show it to the camera so the camera can see.
Like a clef note? Is that what you're saying?
To your individuals. There you go. It's like a clef note. It's like music, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Clef note.
Oh, I guess it makes sense.
I don't know, dude. I have no clue what we're talking about at this point.
Worst trip of my life. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I could imagine. It wasn't very fun.
I'm
sitting at home
never
watching.
going to Oxford again.
I don't believe you.
Last 2 times I've been, just disappointment. The pavilion is nice, though.
Yeah.
Good little atmosphere.
It does look nice.
It's like half the size of the Forum. They got Raising Cane's in there.
Do y'all believe in jinxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Because I think I'm a jinx.
Oh, okay.
Because every time I travel to go see the Tigers, whether it's in any sport,
Yeah.
they lose. Every time.
I don't like watching. If I'm at the game, it's fine. I don't like watching games not at home. Because I feel like we always lose. Especially if it's like out in a public setting. I don't think I've ever been to like a watch party we've ever.
Keep in front of other grown men.
It also just wasn't fun because Ticketmaster is a joke. So I went with, took the whole fam down, me and the girls, plus our friend Jonathan, his wife, and their son. Ordered tickets, I don't know, 3-4 days before the start of the game. We get down to Oxford, go to a little outlet kind of mall thing. Girls are looking at Christmas stuff. Like, hey, let's go grab some lunch. Jonathan's like, hey, I still don't have the tickets. It says my order is still processing. It's like, well, that's not good. Game starts in 2 hours. We don't have tickets yet. Chats up old Ticketmaster like, no worries. We see it's processing on our end. We'll have your tickets to you before the game starts. 15 minutes before tip. Still don't have tickets.
They wait until the very final minute.
No, we went to the ticket office. They were like, we don't know what to do. We can't help you. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you.
How'd you get in?
We just convinced the guy at the door to let us in.
Okay.
So Jonathan got refunded
nice.
for the tickets, and they just we went to the game for free.
That is fair. From like a user experience, that's probably the best thing.
I mean, we just showed him the picture of, hey, this has been processing. We have 4 or 5 tickets. I don't know what. I think they're cut off for kids as age 1. If you're over 1, you have to have a ticket, which seems ridiculous. But
Nah, man.
I'm not terribly upset. We went for free, whatever. Tigs lose 80-77. It was a pretty raucous crowd. I will say it was, Kenny, I don't know how you felt. You were there. It was loud for both squads at numerous times. I mean, some of those defense chants.
Hey, listen, there was a moment in that game in the first half when the Tigers went down 7-0?
Yeah.
Where they got to stop.
And it was defense.
And I'll tell you this. Tiger fans are getting they're getting called out. Coach Stansberry called them out tonight at the
I seen that.
Penny Hardaway's, radio show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call them out now. Tiger fans are normally not the most boisterous in a way environments. Like you see some that are
That's fair.
pretty damn boisterous. They're very vocal in how they express their fandom. Tiger fans are not normally that way. They're relatively calm and quiet. And there was a moment after that 7-0, when Ole Miss took the 7-0 lead, where it was like all of a sudden it was like somebody in the crowd wearing blue made the conscious decision to, we're about to freak out, and everybody freaked out.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Jonathan, the guy, TJ and I's buddy, if you've ever been to the forum and a Let's Go Tigers chant has broken out within the last 25 years, it's been Jonathan that started it. Right behind the visitor bench. I don't think he started he started a couple on Saturday. But I know which one you're talking about. When we kind of took the lead, I think we got up 9-7.
Yep, 9-7.
It felt like a Memphis game in there, a home game.
I mean, it's really not that far away. So I'm sure there was a pretty good contingency of Tiger fans there. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to tell from where I was sitting because I feel like I was in the corner where they all were, and it's hard to turn around and really be able to tell. But I don't know, Kenny, from the floor, what did it look like over there in that corner?
No, I mean the corner. Obviously, they put away teams way up in the top, up there in that corner. But even before the game, there were Tiger fans in the student section. They were dispersed everywhere throughout the thing. There was a good contingent of blue in that crowd.
Yeah,
it was a fun environment, man.
It was
a fun environment.
It was a fun game. It's a fun environment. It's a good little regional rivalry. I hate losing to them.
It's fair.
But it was a good atmosphere.
If you guys had one, based on this team, one piece of trash talk that you would, as an opposing team, yell or go after the Memphis Tigers for, what would it be?
Mikey's guilty.
No, I mean that was the dumbest.
Just the dumbest chant
ever heard in my entire life. Well, yeah, he pled guilty. That's what that means. But it's also crazy ironic given who your head coach is.
Yeah,
also guilty. I don't know, dude. What are you gonna do? It's
after
easy
that
to
happened, I really wanted our section to chant back that Chris Beard's guilty, but I don't know that we would have been able to coordinate it very well.
I get it. Go after Ashton. Go after Jaden. Yeah. You're only on the team because your daddy's the coach. Whatever. Those are decent. That's whatever. But their whole thing was, where is Mikey? And bitch, he ain't been here all year.
I know, and it's one thing if he's been on the team or something and he was there.
He's not been here.
Kind of like they did with Amani 2 years ago, but he hasn't been with the team. He literally pled guilty. Yeah, he's guilty.
The weakest. Their student section was actually pretty. They were loud, but they were lame as hell.
Well, they were. It's flipping the bird. I guess you guys didn't see the TV broadcast, but there was a bad call at one point. It was clearly out on Memphis, but they said it was out on Ole Miss at first. And these dudes were just like double birding the camera, and no shame.
Their student section has a very high school-esque feel to them.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%.
I do like that in the small arenas when they give out those shirts.
Like, I was surprised that they didn't pull out a you can't do that chant.
I could have seen that. But they were all wearing the red shirts, and it looked real nice on TV, though.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought it looked dumb in there.
Overrated. An overrated chant. Overrated. High school chant.
I don't know. It was too much red. A red out? I don't know. Almost just I don't know.
All right, well, let's talk ball.
I feel like they wear red enough to be red. We were talking about this before it started. I don't feel like we played that bad. Obviously, we shot very poorly from 3 of 18. and Ole Miss literally could not miss from three.
Yeah.
I mean, for 90%, they ended up shooting 50%, 11 to 22 from three. I mean, they were 60+% for 75%. Like 75% of the game they were shooting over 60% from three. Literally could not miss. And in the last two games, I said it in the Discord. I said it before we started. It's a classic little early December, late November Penny Hardaway losing streak. Let's hope it ends there in Oxford and we get a dub Wednesday night. But the last two games, that's what's killed you.
Sure.
I mean, it didn't last necessarily throughout the entirety of the Villanova game, but they started out hot as shit from three. They had like 8 in the first
9 of 15 or something absurd.
Yeah,
like
in the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I don't even think
that's what it was.
I think it was like 8 minutes.
That's what it was like in Oxford. I mean, I think through the first half they were like 8 of 11 or something, 7 of 11.
I think what made it feel worse is that it was by Morrell for the most part. Like I felt like he could not. I don't know if he actually missed.
6? Was he 6 or 7? I think.
You pull up the box score. I don't know what he actually made, but it didn't feel like he ever missed one.
And
that's coming from a guy who typically doesn't really hit that many
like
threes
that.
consistently. Oh, definitely not at that clip. No.
Yeah, he was 6 of 7 from three. Jalen Murray was 4 of 6. TJ Caldwell is 1 of 4.
Do y'all think Matthew Morrell's an NBA player?
Dude, that's so tough because you have guys. He's
if he shoots
the one
like that.
person I use as like a consistent reference is Chris Chiozza. Like I don't think he was everything. I don't think he was that great in college, but I mean he's made a hell of an NBA career, just kind of floating around. So like yeah, I mean I think you could make it. I think obviously he's a point guard, so it's a little bit different than Morrell. I don't know if Morrell can be a point guard at the next level, but.
He keeps shooting 6 or 7 from three, then yes.
I don't know, dude. There's a bunch of guys that can just hit at a high clip that just get to the NBA and they're nothing. Like Dylan Windler, who's at Belmont, maybe? And then he went to the Cavs, and he's just a nobody. But in college, he was incredible at hitting threes, just constantly. Like a 6'9" wing. So I don't know. He's a 6'4" guard. I don't know. I guess you can be a 6'4" shooting guard in the NBA, whatever, but I mean, again, to your point, if you shoot like that, then you got a good chance.
I mean, the frustrating part too was like some of them were wide open for sure, but there were several where we had a hand up and they were still making it. And then there was one late in the second half. I think David Jones got a block on somebody in the paint, and it was a loose ball and ended up just bouncing straight to Flanagan. And no, it wasn't Flanagan. It was Morrell. Bounced straight. He just picks it up. Hits the front of the rim, hits the top of the backboard, and goes in. And it's just like, and I think at that point we had built like a 5-point lead or something, and had basically gotten a stop, and it's just like an unlucky bounce, and now it's back to 2, and the crowd is going crazy.
We keep calling them Ole Miss. We should be calling them Ole Make, you know. Dad joke.
I wish they were a little. I just did not think they were going to continue to shoot that way. Not for a split second during that entire game. Until there were 15 seconds left, did I think we were actually going to lose? And then Murray made that dumb baseline jumper. I mean, he made so many.
I think that shots
down the stretch.
Like, okay.
And then at that point, I was like, "Oh shit, we're not winning this game."
Yeah. I will say, we talked about this before, and we don't think we played. Memphis did not play that poorly. I think they won the rebounding battle.
Yeah,
they had less turnovers.
The turnovers were even. You had 9 steals, I think.
Okay, what was the turnover? Was it 17, 18, or 13, was it like
13.
10? Yeah, okay, perfect. I think that I'd love to see the numbers on how many Penny Hardaway teams
you shot well from free throw.
13 turnovers and don't win.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to 3 of 18 from 3-point range, 16% from 3-point range is obviously that's the difference is us 3 of 18 and them 11 of 22.
It is the difference, but I also think that you were kind of playing handicap by not having Jaquan for a lot of the game, despite he's been cold, but
10, 12 minutes of the game.
I know he's also been cold, but also I think, something that factors into this is Jordan Brown. I mean, that was a big cog in the way this team was going to turn.
What did he play? 7 minutes? 7 minutes, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 points.
Yeah.
1 rebound, 2 fouls.
At the same time, I think Penny's going to have to figure out a way to get him onto the court. Because you can't at a certain point, if they're going to be small, you're going to have to punish them. Like, and I think that's where you have to go inside of Jordan Brown. And obviously, if they're going to run him, it is what it is. But like, you can combat other teams going small with him being in there. Like, yeah, I don't know how you're going to have to do it. Have him sag off on defense.
I don't know. Malcolm keeps playing the way he plays Saturday. Jordan Brown, who? 20 minutes from Malco, 6 and 9, 1-1 from the free throw line, 4 boards, 3 blocks, only 2 fouls in 20 minutes, 13 points.
No.
And a freaking poster of
Yeah.
a dunk on Musa. So disgusting. I hate that losing the game takes away from that, but it does.
That's fair. It's definitely one of the better Malco games I can think of off the top of my head. I guess there's one.
I mean, I forget, was it Will? Somebody in the Discord asked in that game of the 4, Jordan Brown, Musa, Jamarian, and Malco, who would you take? I was like, in this today, Malcolm has made the biggest difference by far of any of them.
Well, I don't think Sharp did anything. Actually, I was talking trash.
I mean, he had a
about him,
couple-
and then he had a couple boards.
he had a
and
couple,
points back to back.
Dunks. Ended up with 8 and 3, I think, looks
Whatever,
like.
dude. You're 7-5.
One block.
How are you only getting 8 and 3?
Yeah, I don't know. Breakfield, though, 4 blocks on us.
Yeah.
Gross.
Sometimes it be like that.
Musa with a big 2, 1 of 4. It was a dunk, and he tried to do the dunk on your head. And I'm like, dude, no, you can't do that after what happened to you earlier in the game. I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, you'll never recover from that. And it wasn't like Malcolm came flying from half court down the middle of the paint and just like jumped from the free throw line and had all this momentum. He literally had his
had the
back
space
to
to
him,
turn him.
spun, and dunked on his freaking head right in Kenny's face. If you haven't seen the video, you need to go watch it.
Kenny's in the background going,
Oh, yeah. That's what he
something
did.
like that, yeah.
I was like, oh,
I hate losing to them so much.
I mean, it's whatever. I do think that they played lights
It's not
out, so
whatever.
it is whatever.
No, it
because
isn't.
they played incredible. Like, I don't think that,
TJ, that's the kind of game that you have to win. This is the reason
well,
we have been on the 8-9 bubble line.
are you
the
going to be on
last
that
time.
regardless? I don't think there's any getting away from that.
I think if you had won the other night and you continued to win some of these games, you wouldn't have been.
I don't know that beating Ole Miss, who was like a fringe top 100 Kempom team, means anything more than beating
It's better than losing to
Tulane
them.
or SMU. Like, I don't know if it means anything.
Well,
more.
right now, Tulane would be a quad 1 win.
Oh yeah, I want some apologies for that because preseason I talked about Tulane being ranked higher than
It's
us
December
potentially.
4th,
I know, I'm
TJ.
just messing with you.
I knew that was going to happen when I saw that today, too.
I do think they're decent. I mean,
I
whatever.
sent the text and TJ loved it. I knew what I knew why he loved it because he knew that he felt like he was right.
No, it's not that. I just, thought I would throw that little jab in there.
So gross.
What were your feelings on JQ taking that final shot?
I don't understand what happened. A runner 3 from the top of the key, and there were still 3.5 seconds left on the clock
Did you hear Penny's explanation?
for that shot.
Well, not really for the shot. Like, the shot is what the shot is. Like, I mean,
No, I heard a couple of things. David Jones, who had a heck of a game, 22 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block, all in 34 minutes. He had 22 points with, I think his 21st and 22nd points came with 6:12 left. He had a jumper to put us back up 67-65 and then did not shoot the ball again, ever again. Just thought maybe that was the game winner and he was done.
Then he's done, right?
How does that happen? I mean, I know how it happens.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
because offensively we have so much freedom, like just doesn't get the ball. But at some point you got to be like, hey, let's get the ball to DJ.
You maybe want to get the ball to your, hottest player.
to the only starter that's actually scoring the ball.
I mean, it's unreal.
When I made the confidence,
What somebody posted it. What our starters got outscored 71-47 or something, 44,
Yikes.
like something outrageous.
I made that comment in the preseason that I didn't think David Jones would be Conference Player of the Year because
we remember.
I expected at least the people on our team to contribute some. I thought that Jaquan has had a history of producing. Jordan Brown has a history of producing.
Yeah.
JQ has a history of being a contributor, and we don't have that. I don't know what it is. I get here and everyone just shits the bed.
Yeah, I don't know. Quinterly 2 of 12, 0 of 4 from 3.
Yeah.
Caleb
There is a lot
2
of
of
bad
2 of
threes
7
taken, man.
in 29 minutes for 6 points.
I think people
Loved what you got out of David. Loved what you got out of Jourdain. Loved what you got out of Malcolm. Everybody else was just kind of meh.
I loved what you got out of Jalen.
I did, yes. Outside of the missed layup at the end of the first half, which would have had us up 9 going into halftime.
Yeah.
I think he played it well too. I mean, he was beating his guy off the dribble, getting in the paint. Like,
the general consensus on Jalen is, he's kind of a net neutral, right? He's not really going to hurt you. He's not really going to help you at the same
this
time.
sounds like exactly what you say about Jaden.
So I said Jaden.
Oh, I thought you said Jalen. We were talking about Jalen
Oh,
Young.
sorry. I misheard. I thought you said Jaden.
No. Kenny, did you like what you saw out of Jaden? Is that what you said?
No, I
Sorry,
said I
guys.
liked what I saw out of Jalen Young.
You know what
There
I
we go.
saw?
You got to use last names.
You know what I
Jalen,
saw
too
a
close.
lot of on Saturday that I wasn't necessarily a fan of? And look, I know that Jaquan was hurt, but both of the Hardaway boys on the floor at the same time just does not excite me.
I mean, it's fine.
Is it?
No, I mean, like, whatever.
I just don't think it's whatever. Like, play one of them at a time.
Why does it matter?
I mean, I think they're both defensively hurt you. I don't think
See, I don't think Jaden hurts you.
Really-
I just don't think he helps you either.
Well, then that's a loss.
Is it?
I don't think he does anything for you offensively. Ashton, I can get maybe if he's knocking down threes, which he did. He was 1 of 2. He made one of our 3 threes. We were 2 of 8 in the first half. We made 1 3 in the entire second half, and it was Ashton from the corner to put us back up by 1.
Remember that?
And then, you know what Penny said? Last 3 possessions of the game.
This is
Game on the
absurd to
line.
me.
Does not make sense to me.
No, it's
Whatever. I
absurd.
get it. What if he's a shooter, but your last 3 possessions of the game on the line, you're calling corner threes for your freshman son?
Did David Jones die?
I don't
Did he get the concussion?
Maybe.
I mean, whatever. Like, I don't know.
Is it whatever?
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
it is
whatever in
whatever.
the sense of, like, I'm
if
not
you're
going to sit
David
here.
Jones and that's what happened 3 times straight down the floor, the game on the line, and your coach is calling stuff for his freshman son.
Well, is it a situation where Ole Miss has just consistently not been guarding the corner, and maybe just no one's there? So, like, it's open. All he's got to do is make the shot, right? That's the hard part, of course. But
Yes, but it doesn't matter when Jalen didn't get
it's the
ball,
fact
right?
that David Jones isn't even getting opportunities to score the ball. And, like, it just seems like good things happen when he has the ball.
But in the freedom offense, is that more on him or is it on his teammates?
That's a good question. I think that comes back on JQ because he's typically the facilitator. And
Does David need to be more demanding in getting the ball in that period of time? The last 6 minutes of the game, does he need to be going to get the ball?
Sure. I mean, yeah, in a sense, you would think that.
I think on Saturday he should have.
But also, do you not think Ole Miss is prepared for that?
That doesn't mean they're
Why would you
stopping
not
him.
just double him and then you're going to leave someone else open?
They haven't been able to. They weren't stopping him the first 30 minutes of the game.
I just think I would double him. The moment he touches the ball, double him. Let
Think-
someone else make a
Okay,
shot.
well at least make them W first. Don't just anticipate that they're going to W and not go get the ball.
That's fair. That's completely fair. I did find it interesting that Penny was talking, and I don't know if he meant the 3 specifically, but he was talking about
Towards the end of the game, running it through.
former players.
Yeah.
They have some bad tendencies or bad habits from their previous school.
I missed this.
Yeah, he was talking about it, and I'm like, what kind of bad habit? Not putting your hand in someone's face on a 3? Is that a bad habit? That seems pretty consistent with
I mean, that's a
no
bad
matter
habit
what
for sure.
team you play for. I feel like that's a pretty
What he
consistent
said
thing.
this? I did not get this.
Maybe it was in the coach's show or something with
No, it was in the post game.
was it post game?
Because I thought the same thing when he said it. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I just like I can only relate it to he's talking about not guarding the 3 ball well, and I'm like,
Is it that, or was he talking about having something drawn up and then just going off script and trying to do it on your own?
it was kind of open ended.
I mean,
but
when he says the last 3 possessions that we had in the game, I called a corner 3 for Ashton. You know how many times Ashton touched the ball in the last 3 possessions? 0.
0, yeah.
No corner 3 from Ashton was ever attempted. So is that what he's talking about?
I don't know.
Does that explain why JQ shot a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left?
I don't know. That the only reason that irked me is because he's not that guy, and I don't mean it in like the sense that
That gave me, I'm sorry, it gave me PTSD because one time when I think we were in high school or elementary, not elementary, middle school, maybe 8th grade. It's either 8th grade or JV. We were playing SB. This was back when they were still SBEC, not North Point. at St. George's. This is not a joke. There were 17 plus seconds left in the game, and one of their kids shot it from half court.
Half court?
Yeah.
I already know you're going with that.
Like as if the game was over. And
Someone from the stands was like, 3, 2,
No,
1.
that's the thing. There was not anybody there. We just always joked about I'll be the hero. And he didn't hit anything, was out of bounds, and it was our ball with 15
It's
seconds.
like Leroy Jenkins kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It was amazing.
It's great.
You haven't lived till you've seen a half-court shot with 15 seconds left. I don't know. Maybe he looked up and he thought it said 1.5. I have no idea, but it was amazing. That's what Quinterly shot on Saturday reminded me of.
That is awesome.
Not quite as bad as that, but it was still pretty bad. There was still quite a bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, where I was going with that is I just don't. He doesn't come off as that guy. Like can't say I followed Quinterly that much.
What, to just try to take it into his own hands?
Yeah, like I don't think of him as a guy who's just like, let me just go pure ISO and win this game. Like I don't
know. I mean, that's kind of what it looked like.
Not with a runner 3, because it looked like he still had some more space to keep going and get closer to the rim. It looked like a clear basket to an extent, but I don't know. I can go back and watch.
By the time he got to half court, as fast as he was moving, I thought he was going in for a quick 2, and I was like, you don't have time to do that's not going to work.
I don't know.
And then he pulled up.
He pulled up at the 3 line. There were 3 seconds left, and I think he had 2 steps, 3 steps maybe until the rack.
Yeah, but you're making a layup. You got 2.3 seconds left in the game. You got to make them inbound, foul them. I don't know. Whatever. Stupid loss. Now we're suffering because of it. The net rankings came out today, Timothy.
I saw.
71. Absolutely disgusting. You know what we were at last year when the first net rankings came out?
Oh, 32?
38. I don't know.
Well,
How much stock do you put in that?
Is Michigan even good? They're 500. Is Arkansas good?
I think we have, if you believe that Arkansas and Michigan are good, you have a larger sample size that Memphis is good, better than they are okay or bad. I don't know how you want to word that. Right? Based off what you've seen so far, Memphis has shown that they are good more than they are bad.
Sure.
I mean, only 2 games we lost were to 2 teams that just came out and unloaded a clip from 3 on us, like at a rate that they have not done before.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that maybe we're not closing out on some shots.
Oh, we're definitely not. I mean, especially in the Villanova game early, they hit 5 corner threes because they were all wide open.
5 seems soft. 9, 10.
I meant 5.
11.
They were corner. They hit more threes than that. I just meant 5 of those.
Sorry, you did say
11
corner. You did say corner. That's on me.
Just wide open corner threes because we were just leaving the corners wide open.
Yeah. It was I had PTSD from that game, dude. That was wild.
I don't know. The net rankings, it's very early. They change every day, so I don't know how to even interpret it. I don't know that they even need to be released this early, to be honest with you. But it is concerning that you came out of Atlanta's thinking that you had 2 quad 1 wins, and here we are, and we literally have 0. We're 0 for 1 in quad 1.
So what is Memphis ranked in the net right now?
We are 71st.
So we've already talked about Tulane being ahead of us.
Yes.
And FAU, of course, is ahead of us.
We are 3rd in the American with FAU at 11 and Tulane at 61.
You know, it's wild.
66. Tulane's at 66. Hey, that's good, though, if they can stay there. It's another quad 1 opportunity in conference.
13 spots behind us is SMU.
I know.
And then right behind them is Wichita State.
Yeah. If those 2 can win some games and get up to 75, that's 2 more quad 1 wins.
North Texas isn't far away. I know they're don't have their
101
coach
or something?
anymore, but
No.
they're at 104.
104.
I mean, they could find their way.
I don't know. They got a quad 3 loss already, but I don't know. I was totally caught off guard. I was not anticipating that happen. I was not anticipating Arkansas being 117, especially coming off a win over Duke.
I think it's a show me thing. They got to see more from Arkansas to believe in them.
They're giving them 2 quad 2 losses and a quad 1 loss.
Who's out there just looking sexy with all the quad 1s? Houston?
They have 3 currently.
And Purdue.
And BYU being 2 in the net is wild.
Dang, I missed that.
Yeah, Princeton's 8th.
You know, I think looking at this explains exactly why Penny has scheduled the way he has. Like, you need every opportunity you can get. I mean, how many Big Ten teams do we see put in there because of so many put higher up in the
every year? That's why I'm not
March
terribly
Madness.
concerned, because if Michigan even just went 500 in the Big Ten, they're going to be a top 75 team.
Exactly. Yes.
Which isn't necessarily quad 1 because they need to be top 50, but I mean, it's not. They'll be fine. Same with Arkansas. The SEC is the same way.
I think this was in the coach's show where Penny talked about he wants to try to schedule a home and home with Duke. And he talked about a home and home with, who did he say? I think he said, I know we mentioned Kansas, but St. John's. Like, that'd be incredible.
He
If
said
you land
Duke?
those, that's great. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, how fun would that be?
That would be fun.
Said I'm going to call John.
What?
Said I'm going to call John.
Shire?
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Interesting.
I don't know if he misspoke or what, but.
Interesting. He also teased tonight about a little West Coast action next year before we head out to Hawaii.
Oh, wait. What were we watching?
I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter that he...
Oh, that was in the same coach's show because he talked about West Coast action with UCLA.
Oh.
I just remembered that part too.
A lot of scheduling news right there.
Well, I mean, I think it's just things he's going to try to do. I mean, like, you look at the schedule. It's not doing you any favors. And obviously losing to a decent Ole Miss team. I don't think they're bad. I think they're well coached. They have talent. And they have a chance to do well.
They have improved dramatically in the last 2 weeks. They've come a long way since beating Detroit Mercy at home by 1, since beating Sam Houston State at home by 3. I mean, I think they're going to be able, with Sharp and Cisse, 2 7-footers, just impacting the game at the rim protectors. Like, I think they're going to be able to
just drop coverage. You don't even got to guard anyone. Just stand near the rim.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
We'll see. If they can even just go like 8-10 and in the SEC, that would be solid.
Sure.
Keep them top 100 probably.
So who's next? VCU? Is that right?
Yeah, you got a big stretch coming up here.
A big stretch.
I mean, this is the biggest. This is the most important stretch of the season, I would say.
Ooh.
Is this next 5?
You think that's true?
Yeah.
Are you using hindsight? Or are you just saying, like, would you have
I'm
said
just
that
saying
before
currently
the
where you
season started?
stand,
Okay,
you were
there we
about.
go.
You've got VCU on Wednesday, which is not. I mean, it's not the game that you probably were hoping that it was going to be, given what they've done recently. I mean, they just lost to Norfolk State at home
I was just looking at that.
on Friday, which is not good at all. They're 240th in KenPom. So not. I mean, they're still fine. They're 103, but not the game that you probably hoped that it would be. But you need to win that game. And then you get into
You can't afford to lose it.
the real 3-game gauntlet of at A&M on Sunday, who's sitting at 20th in KenPom. Clemson at home the following Saturday, so you got about a week. Clemson is hot right now. They are 18th in the net, coming off big dubs. I think they beat Alabama last week. Alabama last week on Tuesday, and then they beat Pittsburgh yesterday. Both away games.
Okay.
2 solid A-quality away game victories right there. They got South Carolina Wednesday, TCU Saturday, and then us. So a big stretch for them as well. And then after Clemson, you've got Virginia coming in Tuesday the 19th. You're sitting at 27th in Kimpom. In the net, 27th. So that's three.
Yeah, I mean,
3 of your next 4 games are all quad 1 opportunities. You go 2-1 in those 3 games, and that'd be a big deal.
so I'll say this.
You find a way to go 3-0, and it's wow. Trevor Lawrence is very injured right now.
That's not good.
I mean, he was being helped and taking tiny, tiny steps headed to the locker room.
Oh, okay. Well,
Doesn't look good.
before I was going to mention this because I think it was just so outlandish. So outlandish. Maybe not. Maybe is. What did Kenny say before we started recording? We were talking about at VCU, at A&M, Clemson at home, Virginia at home. And did he talk about? Did he mention Vandy?
Who, Kenny?
Yeah. Did he say 5 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 games. He said. What'd you say? 4-1. What'd you say?
No, he said he thinks we're going
5-0.
5-0. Okay.
He says he thinks we're going to come out of the non-con 10-2.
That'd be incredible. Speaking into existence, I can't say that I believe.
Well, it'd have to be 11-2. We got 6 more games, but that would be amazing. I just don't know that's happening.
Yeah, not the way they're
I
shooting.
think the
right
most
now.
difficult of that entire stretch of your last 6, though, if you could come out 5-1 with your only loss being at A&M, and it's not a loss like the Villanova loss was. I'm talking like you're not getting run off the floor, and you yourself have a 22-0 run, and you're still down 15.
Yeah.
Then I think that's very good, very good.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to lose at VCU. That would be a pretty big dagger.
You're talking about 10-3 through the non-con, and then you go into conference, and I think you lose. Let's say you lose 3 games in the conference.
3 games. Who are you seeing?
I was just throwing it
I know,
out there.
but
I
I'm
mean,
just
like
curious.
at FAU maybe, and then you, in typical fashion, you have an off night somewhere else. 2 other
The 2
games that sure, at Tulane maybe. And
No,
then-
I'm with you. Penny always finds a way.
or at UAB.
Not to say like Penny specifically. I think pretty much every coach always finds a way.
maybe
to lose
maybe
that
an at
one game.
SMU is one of them. I don't know.
Are they good? Have been awful. Like I know they have a new coach, but
I don't know. I mean, they haven't
Retool
really.
the whole
They beat
team?
West Virginia, lost to Wisconsin by 8, lost
that
to
doesn't
A&M.
sound good. I mean, what did they lose to A&M?
I mean, they've got three good losses, I guess. They lost to A&M by 13.
No, that doesn't sound good. I
Just meant in the sense that all of their losses are top 6 to top 60 teams.
Okay, so I'm with you now on your statement on this is probably the biggest stretch of the schedule from here on out. I'm definitely with you on that. I thought you were saying that this stretch is more important than the stretch you had against like Michigan, Arkansas, Villanova, etc.
Oh, no. I'm saying going.
What were we talking about?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Even then,
I mean,
these teams are all ranked better.
okay, what does that mean? A quad 1 is still a quad 1.
Michigan, Arkansas are quad 1s.
I know, but I'm saying like, had you beaten Michigan, Arkansas, and Villanova, that's 3 quad 1s, is it not?
No, the only.
Well,
quad,
I mean, we presume
Hopefully.
that they will become back.
I'm talking right now.
Oh, dude, you can't think of it like that because it fluctuates so much, literally so much.
Oh, I know it's daily.
But
That's
I
what's
think those
annoying
will be
about it.
quad 1s when it's all said and done.
I hope so.
But then, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like A&M, Clemson, both top 25 teams now. They'd really have to shit the bed to drop
look,
out of a quad 1.
That's why you look forward and not behind you. Going forward, this is the biggest stretch we have left. If Kenny's right, we went out in the non-con, I'll be ecstatic. Who cares about losing in Oxford after that? But Jonathan, our buddy, said it. I don't think that'll, as frustrating as it was Saturday, that won't be our most frustrating loss,
That's probably true.
which hurts.
There will be one in conference that, well, I think we will find a way to lose, and I don't even understand. I think it always happens.
Just don't let it be UTSA. You know what they are in Kimbom?
238. I'm making up a number.
305. They're a bad basketball team.
That's like no. USF. I feel like USF is always down there on the floor.
Yeah, but they're not even.
Where are they at? USF.
They're 189.
Okay. Well, that's better than where I had been.
So far above UTSA.
Yeah. So with this next stretch, so you got the at VCU, at Texas A&M, Clemson, Virginia. We'll choose those 4. Well, I mean, I guess we can mention Vandy and Austin Peay if you really want to. I don't care. Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, like he's David Jones. Like outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? Like, I mean, he's facilitating the ball well. I mean, I don't.
2 at 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you this: is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up, and then literally within the first 15 seconds missed a wide open layup.
Yeah.
And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to.
Do you?
Real deceived. Real deceived. I think preseason I talked about, like, it's okay not having DeAndre because he doesn't really move the needle that much more now that we have Jordan
Oh, yeah.
Brown.
You hated the thought of DeAndre coming back.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't think it did anything for you because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well,
I think we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
I know. You're not even getting 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy. But Virginia plays slow. Maybe we can get him.
Maybe.
I don't
know. They got to figure something out.
I will say I'm shocked as hell by Jordan.
Jordan Malco, I've been very pleased with so far.
I think Jordan's been great. He's an energy guy off the bench, and he does.
He's not going to do anything like, I don't feel like out of this world flashy.
He'll hit a 3 every now and then.
He's hustling. He'll knock down a tray ball. He'll catch an air ball and put it back.
Yeah.
I mean, he just makes plays. Winning plays is what Jordan does. All right, let's look at this VCU game. Wednesday night, 6 p.m. on ESPN University. That's ESPNU for those of you at home. Ken Palm's got it as a 3-point Tiger victory, 73-70 with a 61% chance. I don't like it because I think that's exactly what his prediction for the Ole Miss game was.
Fantastic.
And I don't like that.
Fantastic. What did you say it was?
73-70 is what he's got it at.
I'm going to let you know, ESPN has it as a 56% chance for Memphis to win. Do with that what you will.
ESPN does?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Ole Miss game, he had us winning 73-70, 62% chance. So basically the same exact prediction for this VCU game on Wednesday.
I'm not going to act like I know a ton about VCU, just to keep it straight honest with you. I do know that they don't look that great on paper, but
they don't. They lost their opener this year to McNeese State. That's a Will Wade-less McNeese State. They have beaten Samford, Radford, Seattle, and Penn State with losses to Iowa State, Boise State, McNeese State, and Norfolk State. Anybody named State, and they are losing. So let's wear the Memphis State jerseys on Wednesday.
Yes.
And it's a loss. And then they're going to lose to Alcorn State the next night or Sunday.
That would be a hell of a deal. We don't want that.
We better come out. Penny, if you're listening, we know that you are. You need to wear the Memphis State jerseys because they're losing to States.
Dude, if they lost to Alcorn, wow, they're 1-7 right now.
Are they?
Yeah, that'd be not good. Maybe they'll wear their Alcorn U jerseys or something.
In like 2 weeks, they're playing something called Maryland Eastern Shore.
I'm starting to think you're making up names.
Oh, I'm not making that up. I'm just telling you who they're playing.
I don't know about that one, dude.
Where do you think Maryland Eastern Shore is?
If I had to guess.
If you had to guess their mascot.
Their mascot?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this team beat Penn, who beat Villanova.
The Red Lobsters.
That's not bad. They're the Hawks out of Princess Anne, Maryland.
If you'd
You ever been to Princess Anne?
No, I don't think I knew it existed.
I can't believe this team beat Penn, who beat Villanova. Villanova's disgusting. They lost to Drexel. They're on a back-to-back losing streak. St. Joseph's and Drexel.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Why did teams just? I'm just fully expecting Ole Miss to fall off the freaking face of the earth after beating us now.
A great poet once said, "Everyone's good." You know, everybody's good. And Sir Pastner, it's just never been more right.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of right.
It seems like everyone's good,
He's kind of right.
or everyone sucks. I don't know what it is.
It's probably more that everybody sucks.
Either everyone's good or everyone sucks. I can't make sense of it.
The only thing that made me feel better on Saturday was Kentucky losing at home to North Carolina Wilmington.
I don't really care about Kentucky. I'm going to be real honest with you. I
mean, I don't either. I just like to see teams that are ranked better than us lose to scrubs.
Okay, I'm with that.
Take worse loss than us.
Not Kentucky specific.
No, just anybody that's better than us that takes a loss that's worse than any loss we have at love.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Unless they've beaten us like Villanova. I don't want them to keep losing. They better not lose to freaking, I don't know, whoever they have next.
Don't lie to you, dude.
Kansas State. They're probably losing. Great. And then UCLA and then Creighton. They're about to lose 5 in a row.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
It's not looking good.
We're dropping in the net as we speak. All right, Teach, what else we got?
I don't know, man. That's really about it. I mean, I don't preview out too many games here, you know?
All right, well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bowl action.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little Michael Norvell moment of silence. And then we'll wrap up episode, what is this, 53?
Yeah, that sounds right. 53-ish.
We'll be back in 53 seconds. Here's a word from our sponsors.
I ain't got shit to say, bro. We sorry as hell sitting on shit.
I got much to say.
We ain't got shit on shit going out there, man. I'm hearing people talk about my boy Anthony Edwards talking about the fan experience ain't the same.
You knew that was coming.
You know, we blaming the music, we blaming the nachos, we blaming
Everything is wrong.
We blaming the Bill Street Flippers ain't out there. We ain't playing Whoop That Trick. We playing
we ain't winning.
the music. We ass, bro. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, we're not good, bro. Like, I think that's the reason why the energy is low in FedEx Forum, bro. Like, I don't think it's the AC. I don't think it's crime. I don't think it's none of that, bro. Like, we're ass.
I saw someone said something. They played, I guess the Grizzlies scored a basket and went to the timeout, and they said they played by Usher. They had a problem with that.
That's a pretty good song.
Ooh, yeah, about 12 points.
If I was up 12, I'd be like, yeah. Me and my girl under my knee. That's a pretty good song when you're winning. When you're losing, it's like, hell no. They should be no.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I can't, and I saw that a lot on Saturday too, is just people immediately, oh, well, Penny got out coached by Chris Beard. I think there were moments where Penny didn't make the requisite adjustments. Like, David Jones should have gotten more run. He should have gotten a shot in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. I think we can both agree on that. I think there's times where Penny runs this sort of pro-style offensive system, lets his guys go cook. They weren't cooking. I think there needs to be adjustment off that and maybe get them into more sets, have plays, that type of thing, if you start to see them spiraling out of control that way. So there's a couple of things I could say about Penny, but ultimately I just think that is so overblown.
Yeah, I agree.
That he's just getting absolutely outdueled on the sideline by Chris Beard in that game. I didn't view it that way.
I didn't either.
I think you have a automatic L with no Jordan Brown doing anything of substance. Nobody outside of David Jones is making anything happen, and the other team shot really well.
Yeah.
Guys you didn't expect to shoot well, shot well.
Yeah.
So,
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
TJ, let's have a moment of silence for former Tiger head coach Michael Norvell. Thank you.
It's a damn shame.
I mean, what the hell? What are they supposed to do? They go undefeated. They beat 2 SEC teams away from home. Go to Florida at the Swamp, win with a backup QB. 13-0, ACC champs. Get left out of the playoff.
I mean,
I would. How mad would you be if you were a legit Florida
I'd
State
be
fan?
furious.
I would be so mad.
I'd be furious. And the moment they went undefeated, I was like, even if they had the potential, right? And again, once they started facing Louisville, I'm like, if they go undefeated, there is no reason to leave them out. Like they deserve to be in. I think the issue comes down to the fact that, you have all the bowl guys sitting there together. They're eating Wingstop, drinking beer, and they're like, this ain't it. This offense ain't it. Don't worry, it's ESPN. And they have to put on a presentation. They need good numbers. They want great numbers. Who better?
Oh,
You put in Michigan, Alabama, dude. Are you kidding me?
But it's
From a TV's perspective?
I know. But it's what was like. This is the reason the playoff needs to be bigger, and it's going to next year. But like that doesn't help them right now.
I know. And it's very unfortunate. I think what the worst part of it all is that they moved Florida State to 4 when they won with their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're already at 4. We went undefeated. How can you move us down? And they moved them down. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. Like, if you watch the game, yes, Alabama versus Georgia, Alabama looked better than Florida State did against Louisville. I don't think I'm saying anything crazy here.
So, the week before, Alabama looked like doo-doo against a terrible
struggling a 6-6 Auburn team, whatever they
looked like doo-doo against a terrible South Florida team.
Oh, Arkansas?
It was doo-doo against a terrible doo-doo Arkansas team.
That's not spanked. I think
That's
they lost by 10 to Texas.
That's a lot of Bama doo-doo this year.
It's not great. It's not great. But I think that they looked at that Florida State game and said that, we're on the third string. The offense ain't looking good, dude. We can't do this. We got to make money off this.
But
the Bama-Michigan game specifically, it's going to make them a lot of money. And I think that's why they did it. I really do.
What a matchup, though.
It's a great matchup.
You see the video of the Michigan reaction when they saw it was Bama?
They were like, oh.
My buddy Sims went to Michigan, for those unfamiliar. Dr. Sims, big Michigan fan, went there, alum. He said they're not scared, and they weren't scared. I don't know. Sounded pretty scared to me.
He's scared, dude.
Oh, he's scared. America's team. All right, Tej. Well, we got, with the playoff set, we got our bowl. We are staying home, baby.
Which is mind-boggling to me, by the way.
What? That we're staying home?
That Memphis got the Liberty Bowl.
Why?
I mean, not like it didn't really blow my mind, but like, because obviously,
I mean, it makes the most sense, right? You're going to have
yes,
Tulane would have brought all of 700 people here. SMU would have brought 106.
okay. So
I mean, who else is going?
SMU ended up. Come on.
I mean, I know there's people that don't like it, but I'm all for it.
No, I think it's great. SMU ended
It's
up.
a better bowl game than any other bowl that we're tied to.
Well,
You're playing a Big 12 opponent.
it's funny you mentioned that because that was something I was going to point out. That SMU landed at the Fenway Bowl against Boston College.
What?
SMU is playing Boston College in
Boston
the Fenway Bowl.
State?
Yeah, they're a new team. It's an expansion team. And Tulane is playing Virginia Tech in the Military Bowl. Do you know who has the highest payout of the three teams?
Try us.
It's us.
Yeah.
It's like double what everybody else
And we're
is.
going to get a lot because we're not going anywhere.
You were the fourth team in your conference, and you get the best bowl game. It's kind of wild how that worked out.
I like it.
UTSA is playing Marshall in the Frisco Bowl. I can't act like I know the Frisco Bowl payout off the top of my head. But
I can't imagine that it's great.
yeah, man. What are we talking about?
Can't imagine that it's great.
I like the Liberty Bowl selfishly because it's easier for us to go to.
Oh, yeah.
But I understand that,
It's not
the
exciting.
guys
that
want to go
the
elsewhere.
players aren't going to Hawaii
Yeah.
for free skis for
I
a
mean,
week.
Win more games.
But you get to play one
wherever
more.
you want.
You get to play.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get to play the last game in the Liberty Bowl as we know it. Simmons Bank,
Simmons Bank,
Liberty
dude.
Stadium, as it sits today before Renos start.
It's unfortunate they got to spend time in the visitor locker room.
Hey, it'll give them a little bit of it'll be like they're going somewhere.
Do you think
else.
it's going to make them renovate the visitor locker room as well?
I don't know. I've never
just
been
in
in
case?
I don't think the visitor locker room is bad, is it?
I don't know of a visitor locker room not being bad.
Kenny, what's the visitor locker room like?
I mean, as long as you get through the mice and the rats and stuff, but then it's really the no hot water that's the issue in the visitor locker room.
Although cold showers are in now.
They are.
I mean, that's a big movement that's
true.
happening.
It's true.
Very good for the mental and physical health.
Who is it
supposedly.
that has the pink locker room?
Like for visitors?
Yeah, their visitors locker room is completely pink.
Speaking of,
It's
while you're
Iowa.
looking that up,
It's Iowa football.
TJ, what do you think about what's the councilman's name? JB Shelley or what's his name?
JB Smiley.
Smiley.
Yeah. I mean,
Let it go, dude.
Yeah, like,
Let it go.
I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be real hard to be reelected in your district if
It's
you're
our
pissing everybody.
It's
off.
our stadium now, brother. Just let it go.
I know. Freaking, who was it? Someone on Twitter.
You sell your old house and try to tell the new owners what to do with it too?
Well, I think that you're getting
That's
into his
you're-
argument.
that's technically the point.
Because he sold it.
He wants to make money off it. He wants the U of M to buy
Why? You're losing money.
You make money by not
it
losing
by
money.
not spending money.
Right.
You don't have to always make more money. You just have to spend less. It's kind of the same argument, the same aspect of things.
Is he wanting he
He
wanting to
wants-
make money? I thought they just wanted somebody on the new auxiliary board or whatever.
No, he wants the university to buy the stadium from.
I don't think that's what was happening today.
Yeah,
This
there was two city council board. They wanted 2 seats on
They
the
want 2 seats on the board.
on the
now
board
to
now.
have a say
Was
in
this-
what happens going forward.
Was this not the dude?
It's the same guy, yes, but now
He was wanting us to buy the U of M
Right.
to buy it.
Now he's
the
saying he wants them to have seats.
It's two
on the
different people.
board.
It's two different people. The
it?
first guy in the first meeting was Commissioner Martavius Jones.
Oh.
This one is JB Smiley.
Smiley wants seats on the board.
Right.
Why would we do that?
Give
They
them,
can't.
give them seats and just don't let them have any voting power.
University of Memphis already said they can't do that. They
I
won't
thought
do
they
that.
said they
can't.
could if they just had to change the bylaws.
Yeah. What do you think?
Just
What's
let
the
it
argument
go.
for University of Memphis taking ownership of the Liberty Bowl? What's the big deal in y'all's mind on that happening?
I mean, I think it's nice to be able to have control over what renovations are made. You know, because like yes, the renovations have been drawn up by populace.
Well, it's not
whoever
just
that was.
control; it's the revenue from anything that happens there, right? You get all
I don't know
the
if there's any revenue, but
well from food, alcohol sales. If you in the whole thing now that the city owns it and the FedEx Forum has rights to all the concerts and stuff, if the
Yes.
university owns the Liberty Bowl, then they can now be able to bring in like outdoor concerts and stuff.
yeah, they would get anything
Right.
that the
like
forum doesn't.
Morgan Wallen could have come and played at Simmons Bank this summer.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think the issue is that anything the forum doesn't want currently goes down to Lander Center or goes to
T-Swift.
the what's the Olive Branch Amphitheater?
Bank Plus or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that
Bank
is.
Corp South.
Snowden?
Yeah, it's called Bank.
That's South Haven.
That
whatever.
it's same thing. South
thing,
Haven,
yeah.
Olive Branch, they're touching tips. You know what I'm talking about? It's down the street from that Kroger or whatever.
Yeah.
They pretty much get everything else that the forum doesn't.
they
want.
get small stuff.
between. Well, that's fine. I mean,
I think that thing only seats like 5,000, 6,000.
I don't know, whatever, dude. You get my point. Is that now you have another venue in the city that can handle that? That's bigger than Levitt Shell.
Yeah.
Because those were your options for the most part at this point. And I think that if the university owns it, they get a little bit more say in terms of some of the renovations and how these things are going to pan out. How much branding of Memphis Tigers they can put on everything. Like I understand that like everything's a banner or something like that.
Well, it's
right
probably
now,
also
but-
easier to raise money for something that you actually own and control as opposed to
Sure.
hey, donate to
I definitely
something
think
that
that
we don't
plays a
even
part
know
in it.
what the future of it's going to be.
Yeah. So, paint the whole visitor Tiger locker room pink, like Iowa.
Let's do something original.
Blue, whole thing
I'm
blue.
done.
Everything just obnoxious blue.
Do like something that's like I don't know, obnoxious.
I like it.
Is there some kind of like chrome paint that would just be blinding?
I don't know. I can't get into that. I don't even know. I do think it's good for the university to own the stadium, though. I think
I do too.
being able to control that kind of stuff. I understand it's like losing money, typically, just like the upkeep of it all and such. But I think having the power, being able to brand things specific ways without having to put, the Liberty Bowl stamp on everything, right? Ideally, it's going to be the Memphis Tigers Stadium, like Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, and then we just happen to open it up for a bowl game. And how does that work with the actual Liberty Bowl game? U of M is going to get money from that now, right? That would be my logic. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I would assume so. Yeah, if they're the owners of the stadium.
so it seems like it would benefit a little bit.
But anyway, December 29th, 2:30 ESPN, Iowa State rematch of 2017, like we thought was probably going to happen. I think the line actually was already out. It opened at Iowa State -5.5.
Yeah, that's what I saw that last.
So we'll see what happens there. You got a couple of weeks for that line to move. I think isn't that what SMU opened at?
Yeah,
minus
and it did
5.5.
not reach the 10.5.
Got all the way up to -9.75. So Kenny was not right on it getting to 10.
Sorry, Kenny. You were just wrong.
Already got my ticks. You going?
Yes. Got to try to work it out because it's at a 2:30 time, and if we want to bring J-Man, I got to figure out how we're gonna get him to skip that nap, or does he take an early nap? How does this all work out?
Just skip it, brother.
Introducing a toddler
what
into
we-
a football
that's what-
game kickoff is so tough.
That's what we did Saturday. Catherine just straight up skipped naps.
Dude, he will be a Tasmanian devil.
That's what you just got to live with it.
Must be nice to have a little princess who can just
Oh,
skip
she's-
naps and be
she's-
chill.
I didn't say she was chill or that there was no Tasmanian happening. We were wild trying to get back to the car.
Dude, I imagine. That sounds brutal.
Mm.
But yeah, we're going to try to get there. See how it works out.
All right, Tej.
He's a little bit obsessive, by the way. I didn't send you a video. He learned the tiger spell out. He
There you
spells it wrong
go.
every time, but it's the effort at this point. He goes, A-I-G-R, tiger. And I'm like,
Yeah. It's close, though.
You're not
I
there,
talked
guy.
Catherine in it a couple weeks ago. She's got it.
not there.
But she was she was screaming potty potty this weekend, so
I respect that.
that was her That's her edition of Hottie Toddy.
Well, I thought it was just the respectful thing to do. Call it like
I know.
a potty
I
place.
didn't correct her because it is like a toilet down there.
Respect that.
Tej, you're no longer 50-50. You're above 500. TJ took Boise State -2.5 and got the dub to improve his record
7-6, right?
to 7-6 on the year. He convinced me to take Oklahoma State. For some reason, I listened to him. Took a big fat L. So I'm 8-4-1.
That's not bad.
TJ, we only have one ball game this week
What are we talking about here?
for Thunder Pick Fade 50-50 TJ. Army Navy. Army's a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is hilarious, 27.5.
All right, so let me ask you this. It's only one game. Do we have to pick money lines on the team, or can we pick anything?
You can pick whatever you want.
I'll
on
take
this.
over 27.5.
We could do college basketball. The
outrageously
problem
low.
is when we're recording, there's no lines out several days in advance. So
That seems outrageously low. 27.5.
I know
points.
I really want to take it too, but this is two chew it up teams.
Bro, 27.5.
I know.
That's real low. I don't know the historic
Real low. I think they've
scheduling.
had some pretty low scoring.
Have they? Well, I look back at Navy in general, and they have scored 14, 10, 31, 18,
Who's the 31 on?
6. UAB. Wow. They scored a 6, which isn't great. 14 against Charlotte. 27. Like, I don't know. It just makes me think that I think they could get to just 2 touchdowns each. Like,
Yeah, like come on.
this doesn't seem like the bar is set very high, but
You don't think there's gonna be 4 touchdowns scored in this game?
I don't know much about Army. Don't let me lie. I can't
Let's look
say.
at their last couple of results. 20-17 last year.
Okay.
So that's the over.
That's over.
17-13 the year before that. 15-0, 31-7,
Yeah,
17-10,
Dude, did you say
14-13
15-0?
Yeah.
That is the weirdest score.
in 2020.
Okay.
I don't know. They do have a lot of low. 14-13, 21-17, 21-17.
14 is perfect because I think each team could score 14.
Yeah, 14-13 is not perfect. That's 27 you're missing.
Well, first of all, that ain't going to happen. I'm taking the over, so you can't do it. That would be a copycat.
I like it. I like the over. Gosh, what has Navy done? Is their quarterback hurt? Is that right?
You're just making things up at this point. I have no clue, man.
Dr. Sims that I referred to earlier, he's also a Navy fan.
You got to pick something here.
I'm looking statistically at what they've done recently. I haven't been keeping up with Navy football.
You just make something up. I just picked one.
10-0 to East Carolina. 59-14. They scored 14 points on SMU. They can score 14. Gosh, I want the over, but you took it.
Can you make a selection for Trey? Because he's apparently not.
I'm just gonna
capable
take- Oh, gosh. Just give me Army minus the 2.5.
Wow.
Navy's terrible.
Wow. You straight up took him. That's so bold.
There you go.
That's all we got, dude.
Let's get this problem solving.
Problem solved. Then.
Just broke my laptop.
It's pretty good. Pretty good can. They're very consistent with something riding a giant bicycle.
It's always the bear.
Yeah. Well,
What's his name? We always forget it.
Natch. Was that right?
Natch, yeah, he's got a good name.
This looks like an Einstein or something. Does I know who that is?
He does have
Problem solving. He's solving problems. It's this.
TJ.
Make
That
it
is
make
so
sense.
good.
Make it
That
make
is so
sense.
good.
Cool can. I like the use of the colors on there. And I happen to know that Solvent is a hop.
It is Nelson Solvin hops.
So I get why the name is
It
probably.
says this one's
soft.
for beer and white wine lovers. Subtle notes of grape and gooseberry.
Not
I
sure
didn't get
got
either
that
one of those.
I did get crisp tart flavors. I did get that. It's a pretty good can.
I got a little bit of white grape in there, green grape.
White grape, green grape. Pretty cool can. I mean, most of
It's definitely
camp
tart.
lines are
Relatively.
the same.
Yeah,
just
just
a
always
little color change. I like the little neon yellow or neon green that's in there. I'll say this is like a
I like the Einstein piece in there with Dol Natch.
Yeah.
Problem solving.
I'm going like a 6.8 out of 10.
Wow.
I like it.
I was gonna say 6.4. Fine. Beer's good.
The beer is good. I was actually impressed by that. It is 6.9% alcohol by volume, dude.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
That last sip, I did actually get some grape in there. I think it was all at the bottom.
The proof positive of the theory of drinkability, by the way. It's good beer.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think they're just trying to throw in the theory of relativity from Einstein. It's good, man. I liked it. There was a little bit of extra hop in there that I have to like kind of consistently like clear out my mouth to get that out of get that off the palate. But it's good. I think I could definitely drink 2 of these.
Think that would help with your knees?
What do you mean by that?
Just didn't know if the hoppy malt spit would help with your dry knees, your dry ass ashy knees.
I'm not following. What do you mean?
TJ licked his knees before the
I
episode
did not lick
started.
my knees. That is a stretch of what happened.
Can he?
I licked my knee. You think I can put my tongue to my knee?
I recall you licking your knee.
No, you don't. These are clowns that I'm with here, dude.
I mean,
is the
you do
camera
have-
is the camera picking this up?
I put spit in my hand and rubbed it on my knee because I have an ashy left knee.
It's so ashy. TJ walked in here, looked like he.
I have not yet. I probably put it like a 7.3. Like I can definitely drink 2 of them.
I think so. I'm there with you.
It's good. I liked it.
I'd
I'd recommend it.
It's gonna go like 7.1.
Okay. All in all, this is a Tiger's
my-
Untapped approved beer.
It's not my favorite IPA we've had, but it's definitely it's good.
It's good, man.
The drinkability, the theory of drinkability is high with this one.
I think it'd be good on tap. Probably better on tap than
Yeah,
in can, personally.
on tap would be really good.
Tiger's Untapped.
We need to go get this on tap somewhere, preferably at Hampline.
I think that's the only place you'd be able to get it on tap, personally.
Why?
I don't know. Who else is
You don't
going to
get
have
Flying
Hampline beer?
Saucer?
Probably not.
They have so many beers on tap.
I think they're more like regional and like just kind of.
Or if you just got a keg of it at your house, it'd be on tap.
That would be true.
Mini keg.
Never gone down that
Kenny,
route.
we should get a keg for an episode. We should have done that for
No, we can't do that because Gabe would steal it like he did our beer that
He
one
did.
time.
He doesn't even drink beer.
You
They drink LaCroix every episode.
talking about Gabe Kuhn?
Wait, that's how you pronounce his last name?
Also, he does that commercial where he's like, when everybody comes to my house, I don't even remember what it is for now, but
It's Blue Note Bourbon.
yeah, Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey.
I bust out the Blue Note.
The Blue Note Bourbon.
Everybody likes it.
That's a great Gabe Kuhn impersonation.
That was good.
Yeah. All right, before we get out of here, I need the both of y'all to put your heads together and combine and give me 2 positive things about Memphis Tiger basketball. Let's go.
Right now?
Right now, let's go.
I mean,
We need to end this on a high note.
yeah, no, we do. I think that David Jones is still alive, so that's a positive.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, if you listen to the postgame show, Penny knows exactly what they need to fix.
Their best basketball is ahead of them.
It's the worst answer.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's giving me something to look forward to. I know
I
they're
know,
going to be
I
a
know.
damn good team come February and March.
I think that after you watch the game, Penny pointed out things that like he said, this is what we need to work on. We need to find better ways of getting JB involved, and they've got to find better ways to defend. And I think that's straightforward. You've got to be able to defend those threes, and you've got to be able to
TJ's point,
going inside.
Penny taking ownership of a lot after that loss the other day, I think was a growing point for him.
Well, to an extent, there's other coaches that, all losses fall on them, and you consistently see the same
within this university.
You see the same mistakes. Like it all falls back on them, but it's the same mistakes every game. So will we see an improvement, right? Is it measurable? Can we see an actual... I think
you will. We see an improvement out of his teams every year.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the next game we play, is VCU going to be hitting wide open threes on us? Are we closing out? Are we at least getting a hand up? Like, what are we doing to stop the three from falling so much? I think that alone will show growth. So
I have a positive.
What's that?
The further we get into the season,
okay,
the more likely we are that Penny will have installed all of his sets.
Oh, yeah.
Whether both defense or offense.
That is funny how that works out.
That's a positive, right? Like it's kind of par for the course now with him where beginning of the season, he's not installed anything. I'm like, hey, bro, these are all like 23-year-old basketball players. Install your stuff. It's okay. They can handle it.
Well, some of that on Saturday, like there was a point in time Saturday, I think Ole Miss had tied it maybe with like 5 or 6 minutes left or cut it to 1, and I was like, we need a basket bad. And we came down and ran a set and got a wide open layup for Caleb Mills, and I was like, that was damn good. Like that was exactly what we needed right at that point.
Yeah, but they don't. But
then we don't. I know we don't do it very often.
It seems like it's literally they go down there, and dudes are just kind of freely running around.
Well, they're a very horns-heavy offense right now.
They're a very horny basketball team.
Heavy.
Horns-heavy offense.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to dumb that down for me.
A lot of two bigs at the top of the key.
Horns is top of the key free throw line.
Free throw line with on-ball picks.
Between you saying horns heavy and Trey saying horny basketball team, I was just a little at loss.
It's the same thing.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
they're very horny right now.
He's still doing it. Still doing it.
No, hey, good job.
Kenny, TJ doesn't know ball.
Good job on the positivity.
Wait, I mean, what do you mean? I've said we.
No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying for real. Thank you.
They have looked better more than they have not looked good.
Soon as the biggest thing for me, I just need to see him win again. They come out and win Wednesday, I'll be totally over Ole Miss.
I think it was D. Grums that said it. Just come out and beat the hell out of somebody.
Well, we never do that.
I know, and that's what's frustrating because he talked about it because Houston has
it's the Houston way.
I know. You just bury some of these bad teams. Like, why do we never bury a bad team?
Metrics matter.
They haven't played many bad teams yet. Let them play bad teams. We'll talk about that in January.
I mean, okay, once you get in conference play,
that's different.
There are some pretty bad teams that they should be.
We should have beaten Alabama State by 30.
Okay.
We didn't.
30 is even a soft number.
Did you just see how much dust came out of my sock?
Yeah, it was dirtier than my knees.
That is
stank, old boy.
That's probably your knee dust all in my sock.
What's in this episode? This dude, I got to get away from him.
Next time, cocoa butter that shit, bro.
I've been wearing pants all day. I just changed into shorts, and here we are.
Are you that guy? Are you that guy that during the wintertime you're like, I'm going to wear shorts to prove how tough I am?
No, he's not. He's not.
What do you mean?
No, that's not TJ.
I just wore shorts because I'm going to be inside the entire time.
TJ's so cold all the time.
I'm cold all the time?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty neutral.
You just asked if the AC was on in here. It's not.
I felt a breeze in. Kenny has the window open.
It's probably because your knees are wet and you feel.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right. Subscribe, like, comment. We will be back next week. Bring cold beer, stay without takes, get TJ some cocoa butter later.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.